Yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? We're back again with another daily Casper and crypto live stream, and we have potentially some very huge crypto and Casper announcements coming through within the next week, potentially a rally on the horizon. Of course, we are perfectly aware now of the futures contracts that is coming to Casper with Coinbase Exchange, which is very good. We've got some more Casper updates as well. Right now the market is looking relatively good for Casper, truth be told. Of course, right now the market is looking a little bit red, but Casper so far is just positive, which is good to see. At the same time, Trump's crypto czar David Sachs has announced some major announcements with digital assets are coming soon. We're going to talk about that in a moment. And also next week, as I highlighted to people a part of the executive community once again, we have got a very big event taking place where institutions will be predicting what's coming next with crypto. Institutional insight, very important. Got a lot to cover in this stream, so as always, if you enjoy these daily live streams, then leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Devious, me, my man, welcome back once again. Hope you're having a very good day, and everybody else is joining as well. Hopefully you're all having a good day as well. So without further ado, we can see Casper currently valued at 10.74 cents. Casper has regained the 10-cent zone so far, which is good to see. And once more, shout out to C Crypto, who's a part of the executive community, who, again, things can change still, but so far he has actually predicted that the 8 cents level down here was the quote launch pad for Casper. We saw back in September or November even of 2023. We saw Casper go from 5 to 9 cents, come back to 8 cents, and then launch pad from here up to 15 cents. Evidently, that's a very strong level of support. And Casper, when it came back down, quite heavily down here, it found a level of support again at 8 cents and now has been rallying up. So far, it's up 40% from this bottom up here, 35-40%, which is good to see. Hopefully we can continue in that fashion with the futures contract coming up very soon, and of course the rumors of listings on the horizon as well. It's getting a little bit silly, if you ask me. Again, I haven't got a problem with it. I love the speculation here and there, but we've got posts like this, about the fact that HTX Global made a very similar post recently to crypto.com saying there will be signs, and of course people are speculating. This is what they're talking about Casper. Realistically, there's no proof of that. But all these exchanges in due time, I believe, will be listing Casper. It's a matter of time. But we do know futures are coming to Casper with Coinbase very soon, which is good. We know Binance are gearing up. When? We don't know. We speculate Wallet 5 is the Casper wallet, to which we've seen a little bit of a pullback with addresses right now. About 4K or so have seemingly just left from Casper, which is what it is. People come and they go. Wallet 5, of course, currently got 525 million Casper, almost flipping uphold 1 million off that. Maybe we'll see a listing very shortly, but of course, don't be emotional, but logical time will tell. Either way, Casper right now has got some big things coming up for it, some more developments just come through, and the market is looking stronger than ever based on some ETFs as well. Some more things are accelerating the way I see it, and that's why I believe you could see a rally. I'm not saying the bull run rally, but I'm saying maybe a relief rally of sorts for crypto very soon, and then we get the full regulatory clarity, we'll see a huge leg up. Casper right now, which is partly proof of this, Casper right now is still maintaining its #1 position on the most bullish sentiment category on the top 100 coins on CoinMarketCap, which is owned by Binance. Followed closely by XRP, which is unsurprising, especially because XRP recently got the approval from Grayscale recently got the approval from the SEC from the 19B-4, the ETFs effectively. So XRP ETFs will be coming through very soon, but Casper right now still is the #1 most bullish project on CoinMarketCap, which is a very good sign. It's a very good sign indeed. So while Casper price is still not favourable for a lot of people, I like to say the rally up is good to see, and I'm hoping it will continue in this fashion. We are seeing a strong level of resistance right now at 11 cents. But we could see hope. This is what, again, when I mentioned the Coinbase announcement, which happened a few days back now, I stated there's a possibility we see Casper to start rally as the FOMO will drive it up. My zone was in and around here. It may come up that high, may go up a little bit higher. We'll have to wait and see. And then when the actual perpetual contract come out, the futures contract for Casper comes out on Coinbase, we could see a small pullback or a pullback of sorts. from coins starting to short Casper. But again, should the macro and market sentiment be in the more bullish category at that point, the trend flipping to be a more bullish narrative, we might see a move upwards as well, especially with Binance again potentially gearing up to list Casper. Bitcoin again hovering it's been very stable right now. Truth be told, the markets are quite boring right now, which I don't have a problem with. I like boring markets. It makes things, sometimes it gets too manic and it's quite hard to keep track of everything. Right now, boring markets is great because I've got to find the research information, what's happening, look more into other sources, and prepare myself for what could happen soon. Research is what I do in boring markets, and when the markets are more exciting, then it's time for action. But either way, I'm still DCing into my holdings right now. Bitcoin may be boring right now. We haven't got a real deciding factor on whether it's going to be going into a bullish trend or a bearish trend right now. See Crypto, part of the executive community, the trader, did highlight more on this, so those who watched the executive live stream earlier will know about that. But Casper, we also talked about this, but Casper right now I think is in for a very big rally very, very soon. So first here from Casper, he talked about the fact that one of the most exciting crypto events in Europe will be taking place in about 2 weeks' time on the 2nd and 3rd of March in Romania, where the likes of Binance, Crypto.com, Gate, and tons of other centralized exchanges and companies will attend as sponsors and speakers. And Casper's going to be there. Casper will be there with the amazing help and generosity of the KEF. Everyone will be sipping their coffees and drinking some water with Casper logos on them, which is again very cool to see. Once more, while very small feat, it's the adoption that is necessary for Casper to get his name out there. Also, lots of surprises and updates will be popping up, and he's not even joking here, a lot of stuff will be alphaed there. So this event could be extremely bullish for Casper. Not just they're going to be an event, one of the biggest ones in Europe in 2 weeks' time with the likes of these major exchanges that have not even listed Casper just yet. They're also going to be alphaing some information, some stuff about Casper coming through at this event as well, which will be very good to see. And the Casplex team actually did reply to this as well, saying happy belated Chinese New Year, and we'll be joining you guys at the event as well. The team has been a bit busy recently as we focus on remaking the wallet. For the past month, Chris Kang, the Casplex co-founder, led to develop the based ZK rollup plan, so a step towards smart contracts, so an EVM compatible layer 2. They haven't got a name for it just now, but they're thinking of some right now. Ultimately, we're going to see again the next step towards smart contracts is coming through very soon. Right now, a lot of focus being put on 10 BPS, which again, we're not far off now, but once 10 BPS is done completely, the next end game step, if you will, for Casper, then it's all focusing on smart contracts and DagKnight. And of course in stablecoins as well. Of course, they're also continuing with their new KRC20 Lite indexer and opcode designs, to which 5BB5BB is going to provide us info very, very soon. And he's one who announced about the new ops that came out here, version 2.03, which is now available on testnet 10. And these 4 new ops, issues, Burns, Blacklist, and Chown, are crucial towards the integration of stablecoins on Casper. And we've got some information about that as well for stablecoins, which I'm very excited to share. About the crypto space in general, but this is very important to see. So we're going to be seeing a lot more coming out, some alpha information coming out in the next 2 weeks at this event from the Casplex team, from KF, from Casper, and the rest as well. So that's a lot to look forward to very, very soon. And again, we talk about it time again now in these streams. Event catalysts, alpha information, other big news catalysts, this futures contract, 10 BPS. These are event catalysts that could see more momentum for Casper and may also, for the short-term price move, incentivize these tier 1s to jump and spot list Casper as well. Next update here comes from the likes of Casper themselves. Again, good to see. They have a new series coming, introducing Casper 11, which is an educational series designed to break down Casper's infamous battle cards into bite-sized insights, which you can use in presentations or share on socials. Now, for me, I'm quite interested about this. Why? Because we know the Casplex team recently updated and adjusted their funding to where they stopped funding Shy and his development of his book to educate Casper, and he shifted instead towards looking towards funding developers, funding project grants, funding partnerships, and also funding listings. So they took a drastic shift, but yet despite that, Casper are still making sure they keep everybody educated. So right now, those who are unaware, these battle cards they're referring to is this right here, which I'm sure we've seen multiple times already. They're basically going to be splitting this up into 11 features to give a more in-depth insight, which is still very, very good to see. Educated people with crescendo and 10 BPS expected in April, smart contracts aiming to come summer/fall, and then enterprise market tools, applications, and systems starting to be powered by Casper. We're about to see another surge of new interest in Casper again. Circling back to that name again, event catalysts. That is probably the most important term that I cannot stop reiterating, because it's what Casper needs right now. For immediate price movement, it needs event catalysts. Now in the long term, again, I'm not so bothered. There will come in due time, these are going to be event catalysts for the long term and even immediate short term. But this is what we're looking for right now. They're going to be educating people more so right now, and there's a lot of big things coming very, very soon, which is why the Casper team are stating we're going to see another surge of new interest, that being the key factor, new interest in Casper coming very soon. That's also good for KRC20 thinking about it as well, because a lot of the reason why these projects have fallen off right now is because Casper's down, but there's also no new money in KRC20. Natro down 15 mil, Kanko to 8.3, Casper to 4.5, Gold 1.9, Casper Ghost 1.8. Been a massive fall off recently. Now I do believe a lot of these, and especially in the top 10, top 15, have a good chance of coming back when Casper starts to rally again. But right now, with there being lack of incentive to get into Casper itself, let alone the memes underneath it, there's no new money coming in, therefore the money is leaving, which is frustrating. Of course, if you hold these, I'm sure, but I still believe, I don't hold these right now, full disclosure, I do plan to, and I will probably get into it, look into it, get it very, very soon. I'm sure following tier 1s, I'll probably start getting into them, because at that point, from what I've seen through their communities, through their telegrams of these projects, some of them I'm a part of, a lot of them have already confirmed they have conversations and basically confirmation from some tier 1s of listings, but they're waiting for the opportune time. Kango and Casper, the tunes, have heard about it as well. I think Kango have one with Kraken very soon, which is very good to hear. So with new money coming through, which will come through as a result, and new interest coming through as a result of 10 BPS and smart contracts, and again stablecoins, this will also increase the adoption towards KRC20 as well. So that can give you some quick liquidity as well, on top of everything else that is to get a hold of in this space, which again we'll get into in just a moment. What's up, Crypto Gozu? Welcome back, my man. Hope you're doing very well. And to you too, Cryptoni here, brother. Great to hear. Good to have you back, my man. Hopefully you're all having a very good weekend so far. I want to get to this post here as well from Casper Report, talking about the end game for Casper. We've heard this term thrown out quite a lot recently, or at least throughout Casper's lifetime, and it all tends to correlate around the same development, the same fundamental, which is 10 blocks per second on the mainnet. Chris Kang talked about it, and Shai has talked about it as well. It tends to be 10 EPS with smart contract, but the thing is, smart contract on Casper is fantastic. We know that much. Stablecoins, equally very bullish, extremely bullish. But as good as that is, that will come in due time. But the reason why 10 BPS is being categorized at the end game is because that is what's going to give Casper the ability to scale with these other projects in this space. And I'm talking the Ethereums and the XRPs and the Solanas of this space, and many, many more. What Casper needs right now is already the fastest proof of work in this space, without a shadow of a doubt. But what it needs to be able to compete with other projects in the space, to gain market share in an institutionalized market, which is going to be very important, again coming to talk about it very, very soon, what it needs is 10 BPS. So that's why 10 BPS is deemed at the end game for this cycle. Casper 3 to $17 is bull run, next bull run Casper ETFs. I mean, it's a very wide prediction, and I'm not against it. I mean, for me, I'm aiming a little bit more conservative, because $3 Casper puts it around a $75 billion market cap, and I do think that's not outrageous, considering that Solana made an $80 billion market cap and Cardano made a $95 billion market cap in their last cycles. I think it's not outrageous with institutional adoption being here for Casper to make a $75 billion market cap. But because it's Casper's first cycle, it's still very undervalued. A lot of the big developments aren't here yet. They don't have VC backing, the stuff that gave these other projects the advantage to get up earlier. My conservative predictions is $2 to $4, so just put it in that range, but it's $2. And again, I would not again, if Casper, God forbid, doesn't even hit $1, it must be very frustrating for a lot of people. It wouldn't bother me because I'm holding it long term. But again, $1 I still think is not bad. From its current price target right now, a 10x is not bad at all. I expect it will probably go higher. I think we'll get shocked in this market for how high Casper can go right now, because a lot of the, again, for how the market's currently teeing up, a lot of this stuff seems to be happening later on, which gives Casper more time to release their game-changing, infrastructure and start to gain adoption on top of that as well, which should give Casper time to run. Now, $17 for me, I think is, with respect, very, very moon boy, because you think 10 bill, that's $250 billion market cap. So 17, that puts Casper in and around, I'm trying to do the math in my head. I'm just going to get a calculator because I'm not got the brain capacity for that right now. Putting that in around a $425 billion market cap. So can Casper surpass the market cap of Ethereum right now? Quite comfortably as well. Up for debate. For me, no, not this cycle. Next cycle, sure, definitely. And with DagKnight coming out and everything else, definitely. But you look at Ethereum's total market cap, that would be almost reaching the total. Ethereum's peak market cap has been at 500 billion. It'll definitely surpass it this cycle. But can Casper reach 425 billion market cap, which is in and around here, when Ethereum was around, 3K? I think that's a possibility in the future. This cycle, unlikely, unless Casper gets some insane adoption very, very early. Which, again, right now we've heard nothing. It also depends on one. I guess if you want to put it down as a dark horse, if you will, is the KII. The KII we know have got a lot of massive projects that they want to incorporate with Casper following the release of smart contracts, Asset Mint, Gigawatt Stablecoin, the ZETEX, Zero Emission Trading Exchange. You also got the Warp Core, which will be ISO 2022, meaning it'll get involved in the finance sector, compete with XRP. So those could be extremely big assets, big developments for Casper, and that could gain a lot of adoption very quickly. But they're dark horses because we're not institutions. So we haven't got the capital to envision, and we don't know how quickly this adoption is going to grow. We don't know the influence it's going to have. Gradually, sure. Building up to it, sure. This cycle, welcome to debates. I am more so on the conservative side of things. But I do think Casper, even now, while it seems quite far-fetched considering it's been so undervalued for so long, we've seen how quickly XRP jumped, 6, 7, 8x in a span of 2-3 months after being suppressed for 4 years. Casper suppressed for a year. I think when the breakout comes through, for me, again, not financial, for me, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when the breakout comes through. It will be a very, very explosive breakout. And I think Casper, I'm not saying moon boy, I'm not saying $10. I'm even a bit skeptical about $5 by this point right now, but I think Casper can exceed the kind of generalized $1 expectation right now. I still think 2 to 4 is not that far-fetched. 50 billion to 100 billion market cap, considering these other assets in the space, I think is a very good possibility. Endgame Casper is DagKnight, I believe, to be honest, Jay. I also do believe that the general term of endgame is thrown around quite a lot for Casper. Predominantly, the most common endgame talked about is 10 BPS, the crescendo hard fork, and I'm going to go into this Casper report post and this one here to kind of explain why it's believed that much. But I do believe the official endgame for Casper is DagKnight, definitely, because DagKnight is how it's been chalked up as the kind of the ultimate, infrastructure layer for Casper. Getting the best of the Phantom and Spectre protocol and the Ghost Dag protocol. That's what DagKnight is, the best of all of them. And when you have the combination of all of that, I mean, it gets to another elevated state, if you will. So, here for Casper report. Casper is the endgame. Crescendo hard fork will amplify the dilemma that Casper poses to the Bitcoin network. The latter, Bitcoin, must choose between a hard fork that will keep it competitive to Casper technology or a static state that causes it to gradually fade into oblivion. And I'll be so honest, for me at this point, for where Bitcoin's got to, I think I'd be very surprised if Bitcoin changes at all. I think Bitcoin is great. The grandfather of crypto, continuing to increase in price due to the power law, due to its proof of work consensus. But the reason why a lot of people believed in Bitcoin in the first place is because, obviously for it is, but also because it didn't have any hard forks. A lot of the Bitcoin maxis who hate Casper and other crypto projects complain because they are either proof of stakes, they're not fair launch, or because they had hard forks. They do not evolve, which they seem as a lifeline for Bitcoin, and I think that makes it too rigid. Paradoxically, Bitcoin faces this dilemma even as it poses the same dilemma to the fiat system. In both cases, the dilemma is game theoretically insurmountable. In essence, we are observing monetary system Darwinism. What makes Casper the endgame is not that its current state is a technological terminal state, but its adaptability perpetually pushes, using big words here, I don't see the reason to do so, but the fact that its adaptability is just able to push technology into such a, Valhalla, future state. The possibilities for Casper are borderline endless due to the fact that it's so adaptable. It's a proof of work project that's not afraid of doing hard forks, not afraid of doing what needed to be done, increasing its blocks per second to make it so much more scalable, efficient, and it's more secure by that regard as well, because the increasing hash rate will bring in more. That's what we're going to talk about in this part here as well, which might, again, as highlighted here, it may cause capital value to abruptly surge, which I agree and disagree with. But it's also because increasing the hash rate may also incentivize miners to jump on board more so, which will increase the security as it increases the hash rate in general as well. Higher BPS could likely bring in more miners, and that could also potentially then increase the hash rate number as well. So to get into this post here, I agree and disagree. I'm not going to go into the whole, this thread is extensive. Again, this information I'll be linking in my free community, so those who are part of it, come check it out. Links in the description on my homepage and also in the chat. Come check out the free community where I'll repost majority, if not all, the information I put in here. I have a lot of information in there regarding Casper and crypto projects in general and crypto as a whole. This goes into quite a lot of detail about why Casper report here believes it's going to be a massive price surge following Casper here, and I agree and disagree for similar reasons, right? So one of the factors it talks about here is ultimately that we're so close to the crescendo hard fork, the fact that Casper will therefore be 6,000 times faster than Bitcoin, which of course is very, very big, and with it having higher BPS, higher block per second, and it being so quick, much quicker than Bitcoin, and again competing with other proof of stakes. In regards to the mining side of things, a higher block creation rate will also increase how often miners receive rewards. So right now, miners, to my limited knowledge, because I don't mine Casper, they aren't making as much money as they would like to do with Casper, because again, it's not profitable. You can see the rewards are continuously, monthly being reduced. A halving every year is excessive. Almost 90% mined is good to see, and it continues to stay up with high hash rate, so the adoption's still there. But with Casper still hovering around 10-11 cents, it's not as profitable as people would like for the miners. They're still mining it though because they believe in Casper ultimately. But with the high BPS, 10 times more per second, that will increase how often miners receive rewards. So you might see miners making more money, and therefore you might see miners jump back onto Casper because they're like, oh, okay, well, I can have a higher chance now, 10 times more the chance to actually be able to mine blocks. So you might see an increase in hash rate therefore because more miners jump on board, and we already know the massive, incoming supply shock, if you will. If they start to aggressively mine Casper again, you might see an even bigger, separation between the price of Casper right now and the hash rate as a whole as well, which we can see here. This is a correlation. About a year ago, every time the graph obviously has shifted constantly, but if you're watching my previous content in my video format before I started streaming, you'll see that every time this hash rate crossed the price here, it immediately resulted in the price just jumping. But now, the price has crossed and it's struggling to get back up. That's why the power law states that we're currently like 60-70% undervalued right now. And I believe there's going to be a supply shock where the supply is going to continue diminishing, which may happen more so of 10 BPS, and we see the demand as a result rally massively with crypto adoption, and Casper therefore goes through a very parabolic surge. Now this may be 10 BPS itself caused by that, or it may be, as I highlight, as event catalysts. So I'll play this video in a moment here where it talks about the fact that Casper it will enhance efficiency. 10 BPS will enhance efficiency, which is what led Marathon to start mining Casper in the first place. This video here I'll play about it, where he talks about how to discover Casper. But it's the event catalyst. For me, 10 bps itself could cause a price spike for Casper. I'm not necessarily saying a volatile price spike will come as a result of 10 bps. I'm not saying that will be what happens. I'm believing more so that it will probably bring more adoption to Casper from the miner side of things, definitely. That can also incentivize more developers to jump on board as well, not just the miners, developers as well, building on top of Casper with 10 bps coming around with smart contracts coming around the corner, with stablecoins coming out very soon as well, but also with 10 bps bringing more miners on board, bringing more adoption to Casper, we could cause a drastic spike in volume for Casper. And again, events catalyst, high volume, that could incentivize these top tier exchanges, the likes of Binance, Crypto.com, Coinbase, OKX to take action and this Casper as the events catalyst. Which again, long term, I'm not too bothered about exchanges, but for immediate price movements, that would be very good to see. Casper will be the next $1 trillion asset. That is a very bold statement, Kryptoni, and I am here for it. I think out of the crypto space right now, if I am being completely honest, due to the information that I've researched into, Bitcoin right now is the only $1 trillion asset, of course. I believe that the next one will likely... I think be... I think it'll be Ethereum, because Ethereum ETFs are still early doors, and institutions are starting to get a hold of it. I think XRP could also reach that status as well. Then it's a conversation of, Solana, BNB, even Dogecoin. I mean, talk about Dogecoin, it's going to get ETFs, and that'll be very, very big for the meme coin side of things as well as a whole. I'm not sure how many $1 trillion assets there will be, because I want to envision that in the future, as Bitcoin as big as it will be, eventually, right now, if you look at the market, Bitcoin's got just short of $2 trillion market cap, when the market is currently at 3.23. Point being is that Bitcoin takes over 50% of total market cap. As the future progresses more and more, I personally believe that eventually that's going to shift from 50% to 40% to maybe even 30%. Bitcoin will still be, I believe, the most dominated asset in the space, but due to its store of value and grandfather status, but it won't take up over half the market cap. It'll take up maybe 30% of it. And then you'll see more gradually increasing assets. Now, will Casper be the next $1 trillion asset? That depends whether you see a $1 trillion asset coming out this year. Now, Bitcoin is going to be massively... I think Bitcoin reaches 3, personally, this cycle. Not financial advice. I think Ethereum will rally up probably to the high billions, the high 100 billions, maybe close to $1 trillion, but I'd be surprised if it hits $1 trillion. And then you see XRP probably closely following that. You'll see Solana rally up more of ETS, Dogecoin, everything else as well. You'll see stablecoins get a lot more adoption due to the fact that that's deemed as a form of just transactional money. So they'll have a higher markup as well. Wait, what am I talking about? No, it's not possible. Ignore that part. I meant volume. I apologize for that. Unless they print more stablecoins. Casper, though, I think Casper, for it to be a $1 trillion market cap, think about it this way, $1 trillion market cap. So just go in my calculator real quick. That's billion, that's trillion, right? Million, billion. Nope, that's too high. Sorry. 1,000, million, billion, trillion, and then divide that by, it's got 20, you'll have 20, let's just say 27 right now. I think it's currently at, it's 25 right now. Let's just say when it's 27 when the time gets there, 27 billion market cap. Million, billion. So you need to see a $37 Casper for that. So you need to see a $37 Casper. If the total supply is 27 billion, which will probably that'll come to fruition in the next 3, 4, 5 years or so, give or take. Just throwing a random number out there. You see a $37 Casper for it to reach a $1 trillion market cap. I think $37 Casper is an achievable price target in the future to be with Grayscale, with ETS, with KRI, stablecoins, all that sort of stuff as well, adoption, and if it becomes an infrastructure layer for the entire blockchain space, I see that as a possibility, definitely. In fact, I see $37 being something quite comfortable for Casper to get, go much higher potentially, even to the $100 in the future, which is, again, quite a steep prediction. Putting Casper, therefore, in and around the $2 trillion market cap price, and above that. But that's a distant future. That's like, I'm talking 10, 20 odd years in the future. I think $37 Casper is probably 2 cycles away. I'd be happy if we got the next cycle. It depends on what Casper does in the bear cycle to, affect my predictions. But it's such a wayward, distant number that's hard to make, it's hard to envision that happening like in the very immediate future, if you know what I mean. Casper next cycle, 100 BPS, and it'll be a top 5, maybe top 2. I think Casper will definitely have 32 BPS. I don't see why it couldn't have 100 by next cycle. They're going to have 10. They're going to start working on 32 following smart contracts and stablecoins and DagKnight. DagKnight will help it probably scale more so as well to get higher block per second as well. And putting it in the top 5, well then, again, we're going to just theorize about it. Top 5 right now is Solana up to Tether, XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. You will definitely see a shift, not necessarily, maybe not in the top 5 drastically, but you'll start to see a lot of the assets that actually have significant technology and use case start to jump up the rankings more so. So you might see the likes of Dogecoin fall off. You might see the likes of Cardano fall off. You might see Stellar jump the rankings. You might see Hedera jump the rankings. You might see Hyperliquid jump the rankings. I would like to say in the next cycle, again, this is not, it's just a quick side point, because again, there's no much point necessarily thinking about the next cycle right now. We're still not in the end of this cycle yet. I always think Casper will be a top 10 next cycle, I'd like to believe. I think Casper can reach top 10 next cycle quite comfortably if we get all the developments and it gets the adoption necessary, which I think it should do. Top 5 though, depends how much adoption. I think Solana is the unknown factor for me. I think XRP will get it in top 5 because of, again, it's one of the longest standing projects. Ripple's been about longer than Bitcoin has. While they're centralized and people don't like XRP, and I understand why, it's been around for a very long time. It's got the partnerships, it's got the adoption. It's been around longer than Bitcoin, Ripple has been. So I think it will gain market favor from that as well. And then if something else better comes out than XRP, which Casper could very well do, then you might see the liquidity being stolen from it. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I'm not like overly bullish on XRP, but I understand the institutional sentiment behind it, and of course follow the money being one of the key factors you talk about in this phase to be able to hopefully profitable from trades. I've had the XRP also. It's been talked about having their ETS now being acknowledged, which is good to see. Their lawsuit is seemingly coming to an end as well. XRP, I think, is gearing up for another good rally soon as well. We'll have to see where it goes from here. Why is Casper Miner stopping for low profit? It's a good question. Why is Casper Miner stopping for low profit? If I understand this correctly in what you're saying, I think some miners, I believe, if you're asking why haven't they stopped, because they're not making enough profit, I believe it's because they have belief in what Casper's building and see that in due time the fruits of their labour will come to fruition by them continuously to mine Casper to keep it up going. If you're saying why the Casper miners are, but why are they stopping? Which, I mean, they aren't stopping at all, if you ask me. We saw it peak at 1.5, it's now down to 1.4, so it's still high up. So they haven't stopped at all yet. So I'm assuming, therefore, you meant why haven't they stopped? Why haven't they stopped? Because they're not making enough profit. And I think it's because they do see the possibility of what will come through with 10 BPS, which Tony just highlights here, and I'm going to get into that in a moment. 10 BPS will give them more opportunities and also bring more adoption. Basically, they see that Casper, while being unprofitable right now, at the same way as why we're holding Casper right now. Casper right now, a lot of us are probably still down on our investments in Casper, but it's an investment. If you wanted to get money quickly and go up, nothing's a surefire money making scheme in this game. Like it's all chance, if you will. Research can help increase your possibilities of winning, which is why we do research here. Casper, for me, did I think it was going to be harder in this point than it is right now? Yes. Am I upset that it's not? No. Because I choose this as an investment that I see will do very, very well in the future to be. And Tony highlights here, also the reason why the miners aren't stopping right now is because 10 BPS will result to increasing in the solo mining aspect as well and reductions to pool mining. So while if you're pool mining and group mining, it may not be as beneficial for you, it'll probably bring more solo miners to Casper, which is great because that makes Casper more decentralized. You don't want the marathons and the Binance pools to soak up all the liquidity and be the only ones who are mining Casper. So if 10 BPS actually increases the productivity of solo mining as opposed to pool mining, it will make it more decentralized, which therefore makes it a better crypto project. Wallet 19 and 20 exchange. Let's have a quick look at that, shall we then, my man? That's not the right page. 19 and 20, so that's 92 and 91 mil Casper a piece. They added an extra 400k, both of them today. If we look at them real quick, we can see they've had a total of 6k transactions. Very straight line, going up, buying. They bought multiple in 10 mils today. They bought a hell of a lot in 10 mils today, actually. Oh yeah, because they bought 400 mil, of course. They bought 400. Oh, so they just... Interesting, okay. So they bought 400,000 Casper in constant 10... I'm sorry, I said million, I meant 1,000. They bought 400,000 Casper, both of those two. And they did it all in 10k bursts. Okay, let's have a quick look in a more in-depth insight then through their wallets. Just to get to the bottom of this. They started buying on the 15th of November. And they've been buying, so they bought a little bit here and here. They started buying consistently on the 5th of November. Looks like borderline every single day. Or frequently, like very, very frequently. And similarly to this address. So both of them are following the exact same pattern. So you have two wallets here that have a similar allocation of Casper, holding similar amounts, and they bought around the same time as well. So to answer your question, Mohammed, we don't know their exchanges, but it is very weird behavior. It is likely that these two wallets are the same, as in the same person behind it. Because it'd be very, very weird for it to have two wallets, two different addresses that are in unison buying up similar amount of Casper at the same time as well. So either it's an exchange that has two wallets, sub-wallets if you will, from one allocation, or it's just one whale who's just split into two wallets and building up more and more. Either way, that would then amount to about 180 million Casper it holds, which would put it around 13 therefore, if there's actually one wallet. So I would like to believe it's either a massive, massive whale or likely an exchange of sorts. Maybe it's Coinbase, knowing they're about to launch Casper Perps. Again, we can speculate, but it's a good eye, my man. Good behind, Mohammed. I think that, yeah, it's very interesting because the two wallets are definitely, I like to believe it's logical to assume that they are definitely the same person. Or the same, entity behind them. But where was I anyways? Yeah, so I'll play this video real quick. Again, remember, while 10 BPS will make solo mining profitable, Marathon is mining it because they understand what's coming to Casper. The technology is very interesting. This here, I'll be linking this in my community. Quite an in-depth, thread talking about his reason for the end game of Casper, with Crescendo coming through. And I think it will be classified as an end game of sorts. I do agree with that much. So let's into the video very, very quickly before I get into some more questions and everything else as well.
Do we mine?
If you're already mining Bitcoins, why did you just purchase more Bitcoins?
So not only do we mine Bitcoin, but we mine things like Caspa. And if you think about 1 kilowatt hour of energy results in about 8 cents of Bitcoin revenues, and 1 kilowatt hour of energy results in about $1 of Caspa. And so I can take Caspa and sell it and buy Bitcoin. And so I'm essentially lowering my cost to buy Bitcoin.
If you're already mining Bitcoins, why did you?
So while we've heard a lot of, back and forth, if you will, from Marathon, where they've been relatively, ghost about Casper, and they've also clarified they could buy mining Casper, they could end up using that to buy more Bitcoin. This is an interview from Fred Thiel himself, the CEO of Marathon, to start talking about the fact that they are going to mine Casper because they do see it as another way they can end up making money. And we're going to find out, I believe, as I put the important dates in my community, I believe on the 26th of February this month, we will end up seeing Marathon release the next quarterly report that should hopefully be talking about then, well, their Casper holdings and their Bitcoin holders as well. We might see an increase in allocation. We'll have to see. And I will be, again, I need to try and find out. And I'm sure, and it's not, people who might know, if you know who it is, then please by all means link it to me. One of these, I believe it's one of these ones here. One of these wallets here is Marathon's wallet. I'm fairly sure they hold over 100 million Casper. They should still at least hold that much. So one of these is Marathon. I'm not sure which one it is though. But we're going to see in the next quarterly report at least how much Casper they are holding, which will come through very, very soon. 10 BPS is going to be a very big deal for Casper. We're going to see the freeze feature complete by the end of this month. Then we'll see the hard fork, the hard fork and the transition coming over in the next 2 months as well. And that'll be a very big deal that could definitely cause a massive surge in volume for Casper due to more miners jumping on board and everyone getting more involved in the project. And that, as a result, could be the events catalyst needed for the other major exchanges to jump on board Casper as well. And with everything else coming through, it looks like, and again, I like to believe February will be a good month for Casper. We have got about 13 days left. You can still see some more big things coming to Casper right now. I'm optimistic about that much. If not, I did say that, I think Q1 in itself will be a big quarter for Casper to start to see some actual, bullish momentum, if you will. And, equally, I think we'll have to see what comes through. I mean, we've seen some big developments already happen for the KEF, some more partnerships coming through as well. And then, of course, Capital highlights here. They're going to be releasing some alpha stuff here in the next 2 weeks at this crypto event, which I'm very interested to hear as well. So, again, Casper's in a very strong position right now, truth be told. Exchanges, we can continue to speculate as long as we, death do us past. Like, we'll see Binance, we'll see Crypto.com, we'll see Coinbase, we'll see these spot lists will come, right? But what I want to highlight, I do highlight quite a lot, but I want to highlight to those who are watching, whether you're new or, not. These exchanges are important for Casper, definitely, but they are short-term catalysts. They're short-term catalysts more so. They will help Casper have a more immediate rally, and then, of course, set its foundation for the future as well. But why I hold Casper, whether you hold it for different reasons, that's up to you, but why I hold Casper is the 10 BPSs, the DagKnights, the stablecoins, the smart contract, what is being built about Casper that will generate it more adoption in the future to the short-term Casper, with Casper reaching $3 a cycle, even Casper reaching $10 a cycle, that's fantastic. I don't want a $10 Casper. I want a $100 Casper. I want Casper to be the future form of money. That's why I hold Casper. So I hold Casper for a long, long time as a future form of money, to when it will gain so much adoption and traction that it will be, as it's trying to aim to be, the infrastructure for the entire blockchain world. And better still, thankfully as well, we're starting to see this shift happen. This shift has been talked about for a long, long time. I highlighted to Tony and Joe King as a part of the executive community here in the weekly roundtable. One of this piece of information here, which I deemed was very interesting, is that this week we're going to be seeing, as I highlighted at the beginning of this stream, institutional insight. The institutions are going to be, meeting together, talking about predictions and what's next. The Open Money Summit that's happening this week. The institutional insight is coming through. They're having these summits constantly. Ripple's going to be in attendance. Again, whether you love or hate Ripple and XRP, they are the ones who are part of these policy summits and these meetings. They're the ones who are helping shape this world, whether that's good for the better or for worse. Either way, they are a part of this infrastructure space, and they're currently the ones leading it as well. They're pretty much at every single summit alongside Circle and Coinbase. Speaking of Coinbase as well, Aston Martin, apparently the Formula One, Aston Martin now announced Coinbase will be partnering them, paid entirely in crypto stablecoins. Coinbase has got loads of partnerships already. They partnered with Golden State Warriors not that long ago, the NBA team, also NFL teams as well, and I'm pretty sure there's some in football as well, the soccer, Premier League stuff. Coinbase are getting their name into the entertainment space, which is very, very big to help them get adoption quickly as well. And stablecoins, we should already understand how big that is. The fact that stablecoin volume surpassed Visa and MasterCard combined, I've already highlighted this article in the past, but it's a very big deal. That's why institutions want access to crypto, because stablecoins are better for payments than their best combined payments. These two combined are the biggest payment infrastructures, like the biggest payment companies in the world. Visa and MasterCard combined got outdone by stablecoins alone, where stablecoins aren't even mainstream Let's reiterate this. Stablecoins are not mainstream. There's currently 7%, less than 7% of the global population in crypto right now. I mean, stablecoins make up less than 7% of the global population. These online payments and bank transfers with Visa and MasterCard, they make up a much larger majority of the global population. And stablecoins alone surpassed Visa and MasterCard last year. That is ridiculous. So think about what would happen with worldwide adoption, with these regulatory clarity frameworks coming through. And the fact that Casper's building stablecoins and an infrastructure to handle stablecoin transactions could hopefully benefit them massively as well. Gigawatt stablecoin with the KRI as well. KRI confirmed stablecoins are coming. We've seen what's coming with stablecoins very soon as well. Which again, this website highlighted, this guy also mentioned the new ops. We can see stablecoins coming up before smart contracts. Stablecoins are very, very big. And that's why, again, Casper being tapped into the space is equally very, very bullish. We are very early in crypto still. The main theme of the executive roundtable, which we have available and going to be reposting it so it's on playback later today, was talking about, again, the AI shift, the institutional sentiment, but also the fact that while these institutions have been, watching crypto for a while, they wanted to get back into it a while back actually in the last cycle, but they didn't for reasons like the FTX crisis, for example. They're now wanting to come in, and they are very, very optimistic about it. And a lot more institutional insights from like IBM, for example, on their outlook on crypto, and KPMG and PwC, and so many more on why they believe crypto is going to be very, very big. And the fact of the matter is that we're still extremely early. The premise of the stream was not just crypto is going to be big and it's just going to happen in this year, and that we are still early. So that's why, again, Casper being where it's at, I'm not worried, because I know we're still early. And so is Casper. People are like, oh, Casper's going to miss a cycle. Yeah, I don't think so at all. SEC's crypto task force has not done this yet, but they're doing it now, but they haven't released regulatory frameworks or, right now they're discussing integrated staking into ETPs with multiple firms. That's very good to see, but they haven't done it yet. We are 2 months into the new year, almost the first quarter's done. Right now the market's shaping up to be more so a Q3, Q4 top, which is great to see. For Casper in particular as well, because a lot of the developments, as highlighted here, where lost it here, highlighted here, coming out in April and then summer/fall. So that's Q3, Q4, or Q2 to Q3, Q4. We're seeing the SEC starting to acknowledge ETFs for other projects, not just Ethereum and Bitcoin. Now you're seeing XRP, you're seeing Solana, you're seeing Dogecoin, which Dogecoin, I'm partly surprised, but I'm partly not, because again, it's Elon Musk. Elon Musk is, alongside Trump, but Dogecoin is going to be similar again, ETF. That's good for the memes, which then means that when we're going to start in our executive community, when we start going more into the memes again, but these are going to be be a lot more plays to be making in this community as well. We've already seen some very big gains, 7x's, 6x's, 24x's, like 25x even, some very, very big gains. And we'll see a lot more, especially with the release of like Dogecoin ETFs and stuff like that as well. We've got quite a lot in there from weekly live streams, which we just had one earlier today, which we do record on playback, so you should join. You can watch them on playback. We do buying trades, swing trading stuff as well. We'll be putting in some more alerts about that as well. We do hidden gems, D-Day trade, all that stuff that can we do putting in more so as well. If you want to find out more, come join. You can come join for free right now for 1 week. And you can see what we have to offer in there, because the information we have in there I deem as, well, so far, I think everyone's been very, very happy with it so far, and it's providing a lot more insight into the direction of where crypto is going to go. And in particular, we can correlate to the information we found out here to Casper. So if you want to find out more, the links to join or even just check out the WAP for a 7-day free trial is in the community. It's my YouTube homepage, also in the description as well, and in the chat as well. So come check it out. And if you just want to have a place to chill, chat, and learn more about it, then you've got the free community here as well, where, again, we are all here trying to learn more about crypto and Casper at the same time. So by all means, come check it out. TPH and 920 says Casper miners are moving to script because it is more profitable. I'm not a miner, so I cannot confirm or deny that, but I'm going to take your word for it. And again, my rebuttal to that is, again, what Tony said here. 10 BPS would result in increased solo mining and reduction to pool mining. So with 10 BPS coming out, those miners right now, which are potentially and likely moving because it's unprofitable, will likely come back as well when the price starts to, revitalize, and you see TBS come out and giving the solar miners more ways to make money as well. The pool miners make less money, or wouldn't make as much, but the solar miners make more. And again, while they may be falling off a little bit, we're still at 1.4 EH, so it's still holding strong. If you look at the last year, we saw it rally. We saw it consolidate at 1.3 for about a month or two, fall off, start to rally to 1.5, and then be going through this whole, up-down momentum for the past, 2 months or so. But it's still holding quite strong in around 1.4, so it's still, positive news all in all. Ethereum is bad and people are realizing Vitalik is a communist on his Twitter. Yes, I did see that. In fact, we did talk about that in one of my previous streams. It might have been 2 days ago where Vitalik, the Ethereum Foundation apparently was voting him out. So I agree, Ethereum is bad. Like I've never loved Ethereum. I've always stated I hate their gas fees. It's so expensive. It's not scalable. It's terrible. Now, does that mean Ethereum will stay number 2 forever? Probably not. Does that mean Ethereum will, fall off this cycle or like cycle? I think Ethereum's number 2 for a reason. Does it have longevity? No. I think Ethereum in due time will fall off, and it'll start You'll start seeing signs of this cycle, and it'll be more prominent next cycle, because right now Ethereum's number 2 because it's the creator of stablecoins, and everything from information and research that I've conducted and looked through from these institutional documents and whatnot, everybody goes through the Ethereum chain because it's the biggest one. But then when institutions get more involved in this space and start doing their more research, they'll start tapping into the ones that are actually beneficial for them, the ones that are better, more scalable, cheaper, more secure as well, have maybe better CEOs or better, developers behind them. Against most of these projects right now have CEOs and whatnot. Casper does not. It's just got better infrastructure behind it. So I think Ethereum will do well this cycle and will drive the alt cycle as always. But you'll start seeing a shift. Maybe you'll see XRP make a significant rally against Ethereum this cycle, being the next one right after them. And you see Casper make another name for itself and start to compete with both of those two, and even more so in the next cycle and cycles to follow as well. But I think Ethereum is right now, it's still got too much of a lead on anything else for it to fall off massively. If it does fall off massively, that would be a demon with a black swan, I'd like to believe. Because Ethereum is just too big right now. But I don't like it, and I think it will fall off in due time. But by that point, you have something that's already proved itself to be much better than Ethereum, and it will take its place. All the ETH money will come to Casper. I would like to believe so as well. Top 5 this cycle, everyone is going to realize proof of stake is got trash. I think people, right now, everybody has the belief that proof of work is rubbish because of Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin's not scalable and it can't be used for money. So right now, everyone hates proof of work. Casper will prove in this cycle, or start to prove, that proof of work is good and therefore can stay true to crypto. Now the problem is though, that adoption doesn't happen overnight. Still a lot of people are fading Casper because Casper hasn't proved itself yet. A lot of the things that will make it a strong project aren't going to be coming out until later on in this year. And if not, then until next year as well, with DagKnight and everything else, and 100 BPS. So, I agree with you, Cryptony. In the future, everyone's going to realize proof of stake is terrible. And Casper therefore will make a massive, rally to the upside. I like to believe that's a possibility. Especially with ISO 2022 compliance, all the other factors as well, the AI compliance as well, that I'm sure will be very bullish because AI is going to be huge. I think people are going to realize that. But right now, the community sentiment, the crypto sentiment is vice versa. It's proof of work's terrible and proof of stake's better. Now, Ethereum money, I think, will in due time come to Casper. And I think people will soon realize it. But I think top 5 this cycle for Casper, for me, is a bit much. I'm trying to remember what the top 5 in the last cycle. I'll just take it from an average. Let's just look at Cardano, for example. Cardano in its all-time high last cycle with significantly less market cap wise. Right now, it's already surpassed that. I'd like to believe that with institutional adoption, for you to be a top 5, you've got to be in the, I want to say 150 bill market cap range. That might be a bit much considering right now that XRP is 150 billion, Solana's at 94. But Tether, I think if you've got to be a top 5, you've got to be at least 150 bill market cap, because that's Solana peaked at 125, and I think Solana can go higher than that as well. So I think you've got to be a top 5, you've got 150 bill market cap. So that means you want Casper to then end up reaching, that's what is that? That's $6. So can Casper reach $6 a cycle? Again, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think it's quite excessive in this cycle, just from the fact that a lot of these big developments that will give it adoptions coming out. If the 10 BPS smart contract stablecoins came out now, that gives Casper, 4, 5, 6 months of the cycle to get the adoption. That could be enough, but it's coming out quite late, which I think will still give Casper time to rally and be good, but it's just not enough to get to top 5. You know what I mean? I think future sure, but this cycle maybe not. When Lambo, what's up, Carl, my man? Hopefully soon. We're seeing a shift right now in the macro news, or in regards to the fundamentals right now in the space, with ETFs being launched more and more. So the world's largest crypto custodian banks, being State Street and Citibank, are now launching crypto custody services, which is very, very good to see as well. Trump's crypto czar, David Sachs, says some important announcements on digital assets are coming soon. So again, that could be a big shift coming through, big shift and therefore rally for crypto and Casper potentially coming very, very soon. And with Casper having the Coinbase perps coming out on Thursday, coming up in the next 5 days, that could also help it rally more so. Again, this is very, very big as well. That's also very, very big. This is interesting. This news here about US credit card debt reaches all-time highs of $1.21 trillion. It's interesting because this is quite concerning, truth be told. It could have a lot of potential negative impacts on crypto and other financial markets, because this is kind of a sign that, retail consumers are too reliant on borrowing money and they can't pay it off. So you may see, less borrowing right now, which, that could end up affecting the financial markets. It could slow economic growth effectively, very, very plainly put. So we'll have to see what happens. Of course, the lowering of interest rates gives people the ability to borrow at a cheaper rate as well. So it does stimulate the economy a bit more, whilst also causing inflation. But either this is going to be, I think this is bad, but I don't think it's bad in the immediate short term. I think this is going to probably play more of a factor after the cycle or later on, when it gets to maybe a uncontrollable level. But right now, I don't think it's a problem. But it's a sign that, again, right now, the market is still in a very precarious position. I think, again, my belief for crypto going higher from here, Casper going higher from here, it's not changed. And again, the institutional insight, the fundamental information that Tony was a part of, Drake was a part of, people who learn more about in the executive community here, which you can learn more again for free for a week here. Come check it out. It gives me more belief and insight and conviction in this market and where it's going to go. So again, if you want to find out more, links are here. But it's just, again, understanding that you've got to understand the kind of entirety of the macro news and trying to understand, the positives and negatives, right? This haul here is very, very good to see. Trump's cryptos are talking about big announcements coming soon for digital assets. They want to lower rates, all this sort of stuff. We've seen adoption going through more and more. SEC is taking action now as well. It's fantastic. But the actual, current standing of the economy is still very fragile. So as a result, we got to still remain very vigilant, keep researching, don't be emotional, be logical, and follow the money, because the money is what's going to let us know what's the right place to invest into right now. And I believe the money will soon come to Casper. Big listings, big developments, all of that. We believe in Casper for a reason, right? That's why we're here. And the buff link says, you should enjoy these streams, be doing these streams daily when I can. Started in April 1st, and I've been streaming every single day apart from 3 days recently due to family situations that I couldn't avoid. If you enjoy these streams, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. John Doe, what's up, Jay? How you doing? I'm on the mend, my man. I'm doing better. Thank you very much. I hope you're doing very well as well. Yeah. Chelsea losing last night was a bit frustrating, I'll be also honest, to Brighton 3-0, but Casper's on the ups right now. It's had pretty much a full week of just green candles, which is good to see. It's definitely liable to change. Not all markets are going to be green, but so far right now until the Casper, I'm eyeing up it to break above 11 cents this zone here. I'll see where it goes from there, of course. I'm going to be doing a lot. This whole, work for me has been very, very busy, but I welcome it. And now that my family life has taken a bit of a breather, if you will, I can now focus more so on work. I'm going to be leveling things up. You're hopefully going to be seeing more content come to the community. If you're a part of the community here, whether it be the free community or even the executive community here, both will be leveling up very shortly. I'm very, very happy to announce. And equally on the channel as well, I plan to probably put some more content out, maybe some more Casper videos, some shorts might come out as well. Might some other crypto content as well. After we see where it comes from here. Got some other projects I spoke about in the past, like Sui and Tau and Desync, all stuff I might start making videos on a little bit to give more insight about it as well. But yeah, right now I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, my man. Buffalo asks, could it be a miner payout wallet like Mouth and Digital buying that for themselves to move it to a mining wallet for a holding wallet? Can you tell the difference between a buy versus a transfer? It's a very good question, Buffalo. It's a very good question, and that's definitely a plausible theory. I don't know if you could tell the difference between a buy or a transfer, or at least not simply, because the way to check if it's a transfer or not would be basically going through Soul Scanner. You get the address, if possible, get the address and just go through Soul Scanner and just constantly be looking at where the funds are going into. It's on blockchains, on crypto. Everything is traceable. That's the idea of crypto. So you can definitely go through the backwards and find it all. It's a bit of a pain in the arse, to be honest, but it's definitely possible. So this could very well be a wallet that's transferring from one wallet to another. Yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on that. What happened with the Casper mining program at Binance? I have not heard anything about it, Carlos, truth be told. I've not heard anything about it, to be honest, Carlos. So I'm not so sure. The belief was that you'd see it 14 working days after the distributed period started, which would be around the 14th or yesterday. Some said it could have been the 17th, being on Monday. We'll have to wait and see. The understanding was that funding wallet means a listing, although Binance did disclose that this does not guarantee a listing. And how much we want to see the listing, I've always highlighted that, again, for me, what these exchanges want to see more so are event catalysts at high volume. So the funding wallet was the FOMO that Casper community was driving. And I have to say, I'm kind of fortunate, or thankful at least, that Coinbase launched their perps, or announced their perps for Casper coming out soon, because if they didn't, I think we would have seen a correction for Casper quite significantly, because people would have got very emotional about that. But now they're focusing on Coinbase instead of Binance. I'm not sure what's happening with it right now. I think we'll see a listing soon. What's happening with the mining pool program? And this should be done by now, so nothing just yet. Who's deleted my comments? Is it you, Jay, or YouTube? I have not deleted anything, my man, so it must be YouTube, because I have not touched your comments, my man. I'm sorry if that's happening, Adam Bates. If there's a question, sometimes YouTube are just different. Like they're difficult like that sometimes. Although, don't hate me, YouTube. I love you. Please don't do anything. It's not me deleting them, though. Promise you, it's not me. If you want, my man, you are part of my community, and I think you also have me as a friend on Discord, so you can ask me in the Discord, and I can, reply to it there, or even reply to it on stream here if you want to do. But I don't know why it's happening. YouTube can be like that. I've got it on live chat as well, so it should be. YouTube just sometimes do that. Bullish MACD cross on the daily for Casper, by the way. Target 17 cents. Yeah, I mean, TA of Casper's looking alright right now. Right now, I'm looking more so on the macro, on the fundamentals for Casper, more so than the TA. Because Casper right now, it's had a it's in a bullish trend right now, which is good. But right now, we need to see it break above here for it to continue that momentum. Otherwise, we'll just see another rejection and it'll start coming down again. Check out Casper EVM. I tell you what, I will do that in tomorrow's stream, because it has been the hour mark and I haven't had dinner yet, and it's already 10 PM when I'm at, so I need to get some food. I apologize, but I'll make sure to do that. I'll save your question and I'll look for it for next stream tomorrow. My man. So you tune in then. I'll look it for you, my man. When Casper listing on Coinbase, the perp listing is on Thursday, 20th of February at 9:30 a.m. UTC, around that time. The actual spot listing, no one knows. That's not been confirmed. But the perp listing, the futures contract's coming out on Thursday. That could be good for Casper. Allow Coinbase to accumulate more Casper as well. And that might be an event catalyst for Binance list as well. Of course, we'll have to wait and see. I saw some posts made by Binance BSC about listing something today. Yeah, I did see something about that as well. I don't think it was Casper though. Again, we'll have to just wait and see. You know, if they listed Casper today, that'd be fantastic. But I'm not so. I mean, of course, when it comes out, you'll hear us singing our praises. Of course, like, oh yeah, we were here before Binance. But right now, I'm like, yeah, it'll happen. So I'm not too fast personally. Before the Chrome was released in 2008, Internet Explorer dominated the browsing market by 95%. Chrome is now dominating the market by 6-7%. Microsoft replaced IE with Edge, which is based on the same code as Chrome. Well, there's Tony basically saying history will repeat itself. Simply put, Internet Explorer is the Bitcoin, and is Chrome, based on the same technology and coding as Internet Explorer, or Edge now, is basically Casper. And I agree. You know, again, as much as Bitcoin's fantastic, the investments, you always get benefit more from innovation. Innovation is, you know, humans' biggest trait, adaptability and innovation. That's what's so important. Bitcoin's fantastic, it's innovative for the financial system, but it was innovative and it stopped innovating. Casper's innovative and has continued to innovate and adapt and adopt and expand. So yeah, I think Casper is definitely the Chrome to Internet Explorer as Bitcoin. That's a very good analogy, man. I love that, Tony. I love that indeed. Number 34 checking in. Oh, you're number 34 wallet. Don't mind me if I have a quick gander at that. Yeah, crazy. We've got a celebrity in here. We've got a future million. Well, not even a future million. Yeah. Oh God, I'm shaking. What's up, my man? Welcome back to the stream. US Congress is going after Visa and MasterCard about their high interest rates on their cards. We might see a 50% interest cap soon. That will be very interesting. I know the United States are cracking down on everything right now. And with crypto becoming more and more, you know, prevalent in this space, I'm not surprised either. You'll see a massive shift. You're going to see a massive shift to stablecoins and crypto this cycle, in this year, and even more so in the years to follow as well. And soon everyone will use Brave browser. Well, what's the Brave in the scenario then? Unless you're saying that Casper's Brave and then what? XRP is Chrome? I don't even know. I mean, maybe that's also an analogy of something else in the future that will come out that's better than Casper, which again, Casper's fantastic for what it is, and for me it's the most innovative project here, but Casper isn't necessarily the end game for crypto. Again, one thing, much as we're all maxis here, or most of us maxis here, I'm not married to Casper. I'm not married to my bag. I have looked in depth into the research of Casper, I understand what I hold, but if something came out that's better than Casper, fundamentally speaking wise and technology wise, that'll be where my investment goes to. But right now, nothing competes to Casper. Casper will replace those top proof of stake coins 100%. I believe that much as well. I posted the current amount of that Marathon wallet. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, why that? Did you just change your profile picture? Or there are two Adam Bates in here? Interesting. Let me see the. Okay, well, I can't see where you posted the current amount of the Marathon wallet. I can't see that in here, and it's just saying that is number. Yeah, I'm lost now because I've got two profile pictures. Although this one is the Natural NFT one. So this one is definitely Adam Bates, the one that Natural NFT. I've got two Adam Bates in here. Damn, I'm baffled. Okay, thanks for your reply. It's all good, Ross, my man. Hopefully that helped out. I just bought Casper on Kraken and subscribed to your channel. I love to hear, Adam, my man. Thank you very much for the subscription. And yeah, I mean, big up. If you're going to buy Casper on anywhere, then yeah, I think Kraken's definitely a safe bet. Although me personally, having it in a cold, once you buy it on exchange, having it in a cold storage is definitely the best. Tangent, one key, ledger, you with whichever one of those is beneficial for you. But great to hear, my man. Thank you very much for the subscription. And yeah, if you enjoy these streams, man, be doing it every single day. Leave a like, share, and subscribe for more. You know, what time tomorrow we will be streaming? Ideally, it will be the same time as usual, which should be 8 p.m. BST, which would be 22 hours from now. Of course, if anything changes, Cryptony, I will be making an announcement. I always make announcements. I don't tend to always make daily announcements on when I'm streaming, which if I don't, it means I'm going streaming at the same time. If my streams end up being delayed in time, like a bit earlier, a bit later, I make an announcement in my community there. So be able to find out there. Hopefully, right now, there doesn't seem to be anything that will make me miss the standard time. So it should be 8 p.m. British Standard Time tomorrow. Ross, let's be fair. Yes, they are both me. Oh wow, they're both you. Okay, wow. You're smurfing in my community. That's crazy. But yeah. But yeah, with that being said, thank you everyone for watching today's daily crypto and Casper FOMO live stream. If you enjoyed, as always, leave a like, share, subscribe for more. If you want to know more about crypto and other market sentiment, come check out the free Discord community here. If you'll be even more locked in with crypto regarding swing trading, everything else in there as well, and much more fun in there, like institutional insight, then come check out the What page 7-day free trial. And yeah, have a great day, good evening, and good night. Things looking up for Casper right now, and have a